if there is 1 to 2 things that you feel like these participants can take away from this conversation and remember to put in their tool box as they navigate this, what is that thing, or what are those things?
I mean, I love listening to Victoria and Trey talk about this, right? Because they echo a lot of the sentiments that I already have and how I actually coach students who are sometimes beginning their job search or looking to make a transition. And the two things that I would say is, and they both said this much more eloquently, is really do your homework up front. And then the other part is, okay, three things. Don't be afraid to ask, right? We've all made the ask of other people before. And so most of us know that there's an opportunity to pay that back or to give it forward. And then the third thing really is make this easy for them, right? You're helping them set the expectation about how to interact with you by telling them, I want this to be an informal exploratory relationship. I want this to be really about helping me navigate a hostile work environment, because I know this has happened for you as well. And then so I think about it in terms of when people ask me for my time, how do they do it and what makes me respond? And then I try to mimic that back. So if people are just like, hey, can I have 30 minutes because I want to talk about making a lot of money, I'm probably a little bit less likely to email you back and say, absolutely, let's set up that time so we can figure out what's in your head. I'm much more likely to respond if you send me a note that says, can we talk about exploring tech opportunities in firms that are, are well known for their diversity initiatives in these kinds of areas, right? Help me make the time valuable for you, because we all want to feel like we're contributing as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Audrey.
I don't know if you're going, I'll go. Yeah, I mean, I think don't be afraid to reach out. Like, we've all been told no before. You miss no shot that you don't shoot. So, always I reach out, and if someone doesn't respond, they don't respond, and keep it moving. So definitely, reach out to whomever you would like to have insight from. Make it about them, wanting to learn more about their experiences. That's usually how you can get them to start the conversation, even if you move it into mentorship later. And yeah, be prepared. Do your homework for sure.
I'm glad Audrey and Victoria went first, because I'm going to call them both to be my mentors after this. So now I know.
I was calling you.
Yes.
I'm calling all of y'all.
For all of us.
Yeah.
I think my two things would be, one, spend 5 times as much time knowing yourself as you do knowing your mentor or the person you want to mentor, because it's the self-reflection questions that are hardest to answer. I think the second thing is, I think the second one is be expansive in what mentorship can look like and what areas of your life you think you need that in. So I tend to tell people, don't over pivot on career mentors, when sometimes the parts that make you unsure about your career are other things in your life, right? And you're trying to navigate this like uncertainty that has nothing to do with career, but you are projecting it into that job. And because especially in the US, we think of our career and job as our identity. Therefore, when you have an identity crisis, you sometimes turn to your job to fix it. And so I think you think about that part. So for me, like calling a friend of mine and like, okay, I need some mentorship on how to be a better feminist. And I recognize I shouldn't put this on you. I need that. I'm turning to you for this. Like, how do I help with this, right? And so there are other places in your life that you can have mentorship for times that has nothing to do with career, that has nothing to do with any of the other stuff, right? But it's just as important. And so I would say reflect. That's why the self-reflection is important, so you can find those gaps.